Good morning. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Chris Capper and we are in Frederick, Colorado off of I-25 exit 235. Today we're going to talk about one of the last remaining 2023 models that we have left. This is the Newmar 2023 Newmar Ventana diesel pusher. It's a 4068 floor plan. It's a really great floor plan, and the way we've optioned it out, it's really great to get out there with your family, especially if you like boondocking, but you also like to have a little party area too, and I'll show you that when we get inside. Just to give you some of the specs, this is going to be on the Freightliner XCR chassis with the Cummins L9, which is an 8.9 liter engine, 400 horsepower and 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. 100-gallon fuel tank, 13-gallon diesel exhaust fluid, custom tuned Sachs shocks over here. The wheelbase on this is going to be 245 inches, which is a great wheelbase on a, especially with that ultra steer tag right there. 15,000 pound hitch rating, and then we've got these Michelin XRV tires. Newmar's always going to put the best and the top tires on a coach. So what that means is I've got 20 plies of rubber in there, the 305 70Rs, 22.5 inch rims with that awesome Alcoa Durabrite aluminum wheel. Some of you guys have asked in some of my other videos, what is the Freightliner warranty? So it's going to be 5 years, 100,000 miles. And so you're pretty much set on anything that you need to with that. And then on the Newmar, you're going to have a good 1 year motorhome warranty on all the stuff on the inside and outside. So this particular coach right here has the Colfax graphics, and as you can see, this is in that masterpiece paint finish by BASF, mixed in the factory every single day for the proper conditions of that factory, done by hand, not by robots, inspected at every stage, and made sure that what you get here is going to be looking and feeling real nice. It's a little hot right now with that sun, but I really cannot feel where the one paint begins and the one ends. Inside we're going to have the Colfax decor and the glacial glazed maple hardwood. So pretty cool setup. Got dual fuel on that 100-gallon diesel fuel tank. So I can hit it here, I can also fill it up in there. And then this is the inside. So right here, this is prepped for a freezer. So if you want to put a big Dometic freezer in a slide out tray, we can take care of that for you. We've already had them do the hard part. We should have the 110 and the 12 volt right there. Here we have a nice 4K Samsung TV with a Bose 500 sound bar in that. So if you want to watch the game, guess what? I think the Broncos are playing on Sunday, and whatever team you like, great way to watch them. There's also a outlet in there for USB and 110. So here we have a slide out tray, and I'll just show you. This will come out about 60% of the way. And what's really cool about that is that I can, even with the slides out, I can access what I need to. If my slides aren't out yet, I can get just about everything except for the stuff on the far side, and I can take care of that on the other side. What you can also see here is we've got some extra porcelain tile, because we have porcelain tile inside this. This was done at the exact same batch that is inside, so that'll match perfectly. And then we also have this little guy right here. So you can actually tag that in there, pull that down, and pop it in right there, and you have 3 window awnings on this. We also have the Nova 2 Girard awnings. And those basically encompass the entirety of the coach, and where it doesn't get, we have that Carefree door awning right there. These awnings are amazing. I know some of you guys probably heard me tell the story, but I had a 25, 35 mile an hour wind gust hit me during one of these live broadcasts, and it just about almost wrapped that all the way over, and they went right back in without any damage to them at all. any other awning, that's the end. So this is a 2/3 tray where you can still get everything. These are if you want to put these on your floors for where your slides are. And then right there is going to be our air hoses, and you can hook that up in the front or the back of the coach if you need to fill up anything from volleyball to working with your tires. So it can accommodate all of that. And if we look right up above here, you're going to see this high def camera. And what that tells me is that we have optioned in the Omni 360 Omni View, which if you're new to camping, or even if you're a seasoned veteran, if you're in a tight space and you got to back in and there's two semi trucks next to you or anything next to you and you just got to back in, that's going to give you that God's eye view looking down, and it really takes the guesswork out. Always going to recommend mirrors, but that is the one camera system that I will actually look at that a little bit more than I look at my mirrors, but I'm always constantly scanning. So it really makes it very easy. Right behind here is going to be our pegboard, and behind this is going to be our 105-gallon potable water. So now notice that there's a lot of insulation. Newmar has the best insulated basement, so we've got, this is insulated with bead foam insulation. I've got insulation from here to here. And then everything between this axle, this ultra steer axle, well actually the one before that, and then your steerable axle up there, that is all going to be heated space. So when you have your furnace on, you're going to be taken care of, knowing that your potable water and everything inside that's going to be nice and warm for you. I'd like to point out too, Newmar slides. So this is a full wall slide on the other side, and we have two slides on our campsite right here. Each one of them is going to have a slide out topper, and then these Nova awnings are going to really stretch out and give you a lot of camp space on this side. All these slides are going to be flush mount slides, so it's going to minimize wind resistance noises when you're driving. And with that, coupled with the 16 on center residential wall construction that we have, and in most places we have two forms of insulation and one form in every place that doesn't have a window or a door. These are the quietest riding coaches and the best insulated coaches out there in the market. Here's our egress door. I'll show you that when we get inside. You're most likely never going to need an egress from this beautiful coach, but you will be able to help your partner load up your rear things for the bathroom or the bedroom, your clothes, all that kind of stuff. You can just hand the boxes up to your partner and he or she can pop that in there. So pretty typical here. We've got our two chassis batteries, not a whole lot to see, but if you're curious, if you ever need to just disconnect that for storage, this is your chassis battery disconnect. So pretty sharp right here. I've got my high def night view camera, so you can see that day or night. And that can show you your trailer, like looking straight down if you're going to hook up to a trailer or your car. It will also show you more of a broad picture. In the lower camera that's for that OmniView 360 camera system. Down here we have our 15,000 pound hitch capacity with our 7-way plug right here, and this is the brake sync that will hook up, so you can actually hook up with that. So, and we have the rock guard down there. So small little area right here to put towables or stowing in. Not a bad place if you want to put some fluids or whatnot to take with you. Our engine block heater, you can see, is plugged in right here. It's a nice lit compartment in case you have to access this. And I'd also like to point out, as I shut this, we have the chrome baggage door locks, which will automatically lock and unlock either through that handle as you're coming in, because it's a keyless entry handle. You don't have to bring your keys with you when you're going mountain biking or whatever you're out there in the country to do. You can also use that not just to open your door, but to open all of your cargo bay locks. There's also on the inside, there's another automatic on and unlock and lock area. So it really makes it easy for you. 13-gallon diesel exhaust fluid. Almost full there. We'll make sure she's full when you pick her up. Again, this has that ultra steer, and what that does is just allows you to pivot much, making much tighter turns than you would without it. This is on that Freightliner XCR chassis made in South Carolina, and those guys are just true professionals. I really enjoyed my time out there. In fact, I'm wearing the shirt that I got when I got certified. I love Freightliners, and they've been innovators. This also has the V-Ride with it as well, which gives you better towing capacities and also gives you a steadier ride. So you're not shifting too much with that. It's right by that rear diff. So, and these are, you can, you have the custom tuned Sachs shocks on this coach as well. Looking in here, this is our wet bay. So I have a power hose reel right here. I have a whole house water filter, and then I also have my sewer flush valve right here. For the most part, you're going to just leave this in autofill because you can adjust that inside, but if you do need to do a manual fill out here, this is where you would do that. I've got my hot water and cold water low point drains here. There's one also behind it as well. And then your gravity drain system is there. See this nice pretty blue water? That is our winterization fluid. At Transwest, our winterization fluid that we use goes down to -100 degrees. And we'd love to help you with that. But if you feel confident that you can take care of it yourself, you can actually do it right here. Everything is easy to set up because Newmar takes care of that for you. Well, takes care of making it easy for you. They've been in business since 1968, and they really care about making things as easy as possible and as long living as possible for the customers. So we have a huge 50 amp power cord reel right here. So makes it a lot easier to get that in, especially on those cold days, or if it's dirty. You can just have that cord wheel bringing that in without getting your hands all filthy dirty. So here's the other part of that 2/3 pass through. And remember I had this out the other way? Well, this is what it looks like out here. And then I just kind of sit that in right there, and this is a good spot if you want to look in this way. I'll just go over the STAR foundation real quick. So these are our rails right here where my fingers are pointing, and you notice that the actual house is above this. So the house is built above that, and then we have this box that the entire interior is built on. This comes down here, and then we have this truss piece that comes down here. And what that does is it transposes the weight from up high to lower, and it lowers that center point of gravity. You know, a lot of people think that Airstreams are so good at being able to tow those travel trailers because of their aerodynamics, and that's a small part of it, but the big part of it is that 60% of their weight is at or below that belt line. So when you can lower your center point of gravity down, and that's what Newmar is doing right here, on top of increasing the longevity of the coach and making it just makes it for a better ride. And then right here, we have an absolutely massive 136-pound LP tank, and you'll see why we've got that in there. And then we have 4 of these AGM batteries. This is the other side of our dual fuel, so you can get your diesel side on either side of that. And then we also have another shot of these Michelins. I'm gonna not be too much around here because I got my generator running, but this is where your chassis fuse is right here. If one of those goes bad, there's gonna be a red LED showing you where that is. A couple extra fuses back here. This is where we'd open to show that generator. Chromed mirrors up here, side view cameras. Again, if you're interested in this coach, 5N230129 at Transwest Truck Trailer RV out here in Frederick, Colorado. So we have our paint protection film right here, this diamond shield. And it's basically from down here all the way to down here, and it's just cut in different areas. Seeing the ladies doing that, it's pretty amazing how good they're at that. And I've seen, we have a 2014 Dutch Star that was traded in, and that paint protection film looks just as good. Well, I mean, it's had a couple of nicks from road, but it looks just as good here as it does 10 years ago or 9 years ago. So let's go ahead and step in. This is that automatic keyless entry that I was telling you about. So if I put the code in, let's say it's 1234, 1234, and then I hold down the 1, it will open up the door. If I do that here and then hold down the 2, it opens the door and all of your cargo bay doors. Then if I want to lock it, I'll just hold that right there, and then it'll lock this, and you'll hear all of the cargo bay doors lock as well. So nice generous door size, nice screen. We have 2 storage areas right here. So I've got a smaller one here and then a larger one here, so you can put your flip-flops or dog leash in there, and then you could probably actually fit like 1 or 2 pairs of boots, as long as you don't have too big of a shoe. It's probably not going to take size 13s, but that's not something I'm worried about. So as we're coming in here, I'm going to let you just get a look down the center of this. So I hope you can see that. You can access anything up to the bed without having to climb over something. So I can make a sandwich, I can sleep if I need to, if I can't get these slides open. I can get all that stuff done. But let's go ahead and open these slides. So what I'm opening right here is that kind of that full wall slide behind the driver's seat up to the bathroom, and then on the left is the kitchen slide. And looking down the center of the coach on the ceiling, you'll see that is the HVAC system, so heating, ventilation, air conditioning. And what Newmar does is keeps it right down the middle, and the reason they do that is because when these slides are in and you have to run your air conditioning, it still works. And these are super easy. You can just pop this down, and then you can change your filters one at a time, rinse them out in the sink, and we're good. So I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna open this slide. So this is the bed slide right here. Nice king air mattress. So pretty fancy. Newmar invented the slide back in 1988, and they've been in their motorhome products since 1994, and Newmar slides really have some of the least amount of issues in the industry. And while we're looking at that bed going out, just remind you, this is the Colfax decor with the glacier glazed maple hardwood. And this is in the matte finish, and it's got a nice glazing around it. So come into the bathroom. We're going to be in the bathroom, kind of work our way forward. So this is the famous egress door that Newmar came out with probably about 8 years ago. And I can just open this right here. This is where you're probably just going to be using this to load this rear area of your coach. But if I needed to get out quickly, I can remove this false panel right here with some nice little magnets, pull that, drop that, telescoping chrome ladder, and then get in and out as needed. And then that's kind of hard to get in because it's supposed to kind of lock for you when you're out there. And then when you're traveling, you want to have that double locked, so Newmar gives you that capability. I guess I should pull it in all the way next time, because you don't want that happening when you're traveling, right? So again, I have 2 day shade and night shade in here. These are MCD shades, best in class. And one good thing is, because these are manual, it's just one less thing to worry about. You can easily access them up or down either way you want at any time. You have a nice little place for your towels. Most people like to put a little towel there or something else, decorative piece. Have another place for your towel. And then here, we got the splendid washer and dryer. And I'll tell you, man, if you're out there in the middle of nowhere on BLM land and you want to be out there for a week or so, this is a great coach to do it because of the refrigerator that we've got, that big propane tank that we have, that 8,000 watt Cummins Onan quiet diesel generator. With a 100-gallon fuel tank, you really can spend a lot of times out there in the middle of nowhere with your family having fun. And if you get a little dirty, guess what? Just pop that generator on, get these going, get a load or two done, get back to having fun. Because I mean, laundry to me is like one of the worst punishments in my household. It's the one that my wife really has to like twist my arm to do. It's not even the laundry, it's folding the clothes. But so the key is that I also don't want to be in dirty clothes. So if you're out there having fun, you can take care of that. So I've got a deep, so this is a really deep medicine cabinet right here. You can put pretty wide bottles of stuff in there, and it goes probably, I'm not good at measuring things, 2.5 feet, I'm guessing. You have, again, this is all made in the factory, this nice wood, it all matches perfectly with everything else. And this glass tile, which you'll see in the kitchen and other places, is really cool. It reminds me of almost looking like a denim that's behind the glass. It's a really neat look. It gives you a three-dimensional look at it. And then we have, again, this nice solid surface countertop. And this sink is just, undermount sink is just perfectly blended right in there. It's perfectly sanded. Really can't feel that. And we have our drain that's down, that's up. Modern looking faucet here. And then again, lots of storage. So I've got more storage here, easy access to the, so if you see right there, I've got my hot and cold water valves. So if I need to turn those off for some reason, or let's say I'm winterizing or whatnot, I can actually do that right there. And then look at how good the, so you've got these miter joints right here, but you still have it glazed. And what you're not seeing is a lot of that glazing in the miter joints. The lady there's two ladies that do that I've met, and they've pretty much perfected how to get that done. That's done by hand. This isn't going through some spray paint shop in China and they're just spraying it on there. This is literally done by hand in the factory. Right under that, it's our engine access point. So I've got my horizontal and vertical engine access point. So, really cool feature. So when this opens up, you've got this nice little piece that keeps this from hitting right here, but yet still gives me all the access that I need in here. And I have a safe with 3 shelves in it. So obviously you're not going to leave the key in it, but that's your little emergency. Don't be like me, have batteries in there and lose the key and then the batteries go dead. I literally have a safe at home that I have to break into. Looking at you, lock-picking lawyer, help me out with that. So anyway, I'll figure that out. But in here I have another little place to stow some stuff. So if you got a dog or something, maybe you put the dog wash in there. And then, so nice seal on that, silicone seals. With this right here, this has the AquaView water miser system. And I talked about, this is a great coach to go boondocking in, right? So, but even though I'm boondocking, it doesn't mean I want to go native and take cold showers, right? Especially here in Colorado, it can get kind of cold. So with that, I've got that 105-gallon water tank. I just put this on recirculate right here, and that will take it from the hot water tank, the water pumping it through the heater, and then back through here. When that changes color, then I know it's ready to go. And then I put that back, and now I've got 2 wash areas, so I can use either one or both. Now if I'm saving water, I'm gonna do what we call in the Navy a Navy shower. I'm just gonna rinse off thoroughly everywhere, and then I'm going to turn that water off. I'm gonna soap up, and then I'm gonna rinse off again, and we're good. If it's a hard day out there, or as I get older, when I wanna wash my toes really good, which I do every day, it's a little nice to be able to have a place to sit. For the ladies out there, if you wanna shave your legs, easy to sit. So you got this nice teak stool right here. When you want it, it's available, and when you don't, you just slide that out of your way. And to give you a kind of a point of reference, with these shoes, I'm probably about 6 feet, 6'1", and I have all this extra area above me. So what's that, 4 or 5 inches right there? So, and then you have another little sky view system there. When you're going, this nice little radial shower, you just want to lock that in place. So really nice system that they've got. And then there's a little fantastic fan, which will pull that humidity out. Not something we do in Colorado. We want all the humidity we can get here. But if you're in Florida or somewhere in the southeast, that'll pull that out. And then here, just gonna look at this. So we've got this nice door right here. So that gives you the privacy that you need from here, locks into place. All right, so right over here, we have this nice smoky mirror finish. So when you want to stand back and look at our wonderful cameraman there, just looking at what you're dressed like before you go out and hit the dirt. I've got two, in addition to that closet in there, I've got 2 more wardrobes. They call them shirt wardrobes. Got a nice 43-inch Samsung 4K TV between the two. And these are both lit. This is manual light, so I'll turn that on beforehand. Right under here is going to be my audio-visual compartment. And we have this with a motion satellite, Winegard RTT20B. So we've opted that in for you. So, and then you can also hook up a streaming device, Blu-ray player, whatever you want. So we've got 5 drawers, and they're all soft close drawers. So looking at this, I really like these designs, but they can be a little bit hard to clean behind it. So Newmar said a few years back, hey, why don't we make it easy? So these are magnetic and they just fit right in there. So if I just want to clean that mirror, I can just do a quick wipe or two and that just pops right back in. Here I'm going to have 2 110 outlets and 2 USB-A ports. So I can easily just plug my phone into the cable right into there and it's going to charge it. Just a little storage area for whatever you might want to store there. I don't know what's in your nightstand, but that might be a good place to put it. Kind of hidden and out of the way. And under here, I can control a lot of the different things. So I can turn all the lights on and off in the coach. If I want to put my scare light or my security light on, there's a button there to do it. And then right on the back, we've got this nice soft panel headboard with a nice smoky mirror finish there as well. Lots of nice pillows. And then this is going to be that air mattress I talked to you about. And it's still pretty heavy. So this is going to be for that dream dinette. Now, if you don't have anybody sleeping on that, obviously you can just leave that in your garage or wherever you want. And then lots of storage. So if you want to take this out with the guys and do some hunting, you can probably store some of your smaller guns right there, shotguns. Colorado, lots of good places for that. Now, for us party people in the house, right? We have this really cool spot. So this right here, I've got a dual refrigerant system. So you can see I have this one part set for 41. The other part's actually getting up to 64, I think it is. So it can go from 41 degrees to 64 degrees. And in this right here, I can pull these out and I can set my beer, my wine, my Coca-Cola cans right there. And then I can also put some larger bottles down here, and that's going to keep that nice and cold. This is a Samsung, so it's a top-end, high-quality refrigerator for that. So here I've got a place for trash. You could use that as a hamper if you wanted as well. Recycling. There's another trash can spot over there, and then a nice drawer here. And then here for us fancy folk, you actually have a nice spot here to put your wine glasses or stemware, just kind of hang them upside down. And if you're like me and you got like the tall beer glasses, I might have the wine glasses over there and just pop this side out and have my tall beer mugs in that side. I like wine and beer, they're both great, or a good bourbon, scotch, whatever it is, lots of fun. So this is our KIB system right here. So this is our home screen, and we're going to get everything in 5% increments on this. So it's not going to be the 1/3 or 1/4. It's going to be pretty easy to figure out to 5 percentile where you are on this. I can see my house and chassis battery right here. With that lever in the wet bay that I told you, if you just keep it in that one position, you can now control it from inside here. So if it's cold, I want to hit my tank heater on, I can just do it right there. Autofill is just going to fill that right up, top off as well. I can control my TV here, my lights, auto gen start. I can set this up right here with the quiet time. I can also set it up for my house battery. So if my house batteries get below, I like to do 12.3, it'll turn it on for up to 4 hours for that. And then chassis battery is already set for 12.3. Oh, and then I can also put on eco mode. So if I am for my air conditioning, that will use a little bit less of that generator, and less generator usage means less diesel usage, so we can extend that out a little bit. I can set this for cool, auto, which most people are going to keep it in auto. It does have heat pumps and furnace, and just the ventilation part of the HVAC, just the fans. So let's get that back on the cool, and then here, keep that on low, and then same here, I'll keep this on low. So it's not going to be too loud for the camera. This is got global functionality, so you can just use through Google Play or your iOS App Store, connect to the connected solutions, and then press that to pair. It pairs it with your phone. Anything you can do on this, you can do on your phone. So, and then I have kind of like top-down level for every single area, all my lights. So there you go. Here's another one of the fantastic fans. So when I'm in the kitchen, I can hit that, it's right here. So really easy to access, but we're not going to get to that first. We're going to look at this nice little, Newmar likes to call it stool room. I call it half bath. I'm not as fancy, I guess. So here I've got some storage space right here. I've got my fuses. Everything is on this ledger right here, so it's easy to see what it is that you're trying to access. And then there's some spare fuses. This is my Newmar bus KIB system. And then here is going to be all of my breaker box, and everything is perfectly labeled right here. So if your dishwasher ain't working, all you got to do is come in here, make sure that that's taken care of there. It also might not be working because you don't have the generator on, you're not plugged in. Some things do require that. So here I've got, this kind of goes back there a little bit, so I've got a lot of storage here, a little bit more than you'd suspect. So a little bit here too. And notice how I've got this nice chain. This keeps this from bumping into this nice decor right here. Another spot here. I don't know if you can see all that. So, and then right above that storage spot, you have this beautiful bowl sink right here on top of that solid surface. And again, there's that backsplash. The outlet right here is that GFC outlet. If you're having an issue with some of your outlets in the coach, that's where you're going to reset that. Again, another large area to store your bathroom needs. And then I have a fantastic fan right above me. Well, if I'm sitting here, I can just hit that on there. My wife might say, hey, hit that fan on, Chris. And I'll take care of it. Now, thankfully, I never have that problem. Oh, and I forgot to point out that this is a Dometic porcelain toilet. It's not foot flush. You actually have the controller just to your left. And then this is a nice side hinge. So this allows you to, this rotates to allow you to access this with that slide closed. So again, I can access this. I can get to my wine or my beer over here. When the slide's closed, I can sleep on that bed if necessary. Nice little place for, I call that my scrubby drawer. I got a nice scrubber that I use to scrub all my pots and pans, and that with some Barkeeper's Friend, and some Dawn, I can get anything off of anything. So here, just look at how much counter space that you have, because for the most part, you're just preparing your meals, right? You don't have to cook a lot of times. So look at this. So I have all this counter space, and I love this because if you ever have had an L-shaped desk, this is kind of like that. Having the capability of I can get my chips here, I can get my sandwich meats here, my breads here, maybe some drinks here, some other stuff here, and then everybody can kind of come up here. It's lunchtime. We just had a bunch of fun doing some mountain biking out there, and now we're going to come in here and everything's set up. Mom or dad set that up and everybody's coming in, loading up their plates, and then they're coming out here and eating it. So really love this opportunity. This nice modern looking, it's got the spray and the flow valve on that, and then hot and cold. So we have 2 stainless steel sinks with this. So I can have, you know, my soapy water here, my clean water there, and then my daughter over here drying it. Probably would reverse that if that was the workflow. Right here, you can also put a scrubby brush there, green Scotch-Brite, blue sponges, all that stuff can go right there. And a little spot for your heat distribution right under here. I talked about that other trash can, so we have one right here. And so this is going to be all your manuals for the coach and some more stuff for the coach as well, instructions and whatnot. All the manuals are going to be on Noogle. Noogle is where Newmar and Google partnered together, and in that partnering, they created Noogle. So once you set up yourself with an account, put your coach serial number or VIN, either one will work. It'll have all the schematics, it'll have all the directions, frequently asked questions, instructions, contact info for anything that you need regarding this. And that also worked with Newpar, which is Newmar Parts. We use both of those here. So nice little pull-out drawer right here, soft close as well. So if you're a little bit height challenged, my wife's a little shorter than I am, and this gives her the capability of accessing what's in the back of that drawer there. Now me, I can reach almost all the way back, so it even would help me as well. With this, we've got our Newmar Country Club. So if you get a Newmar, join Country Club. They're a great resource. They support the owners groups. They work with the factory. Newmar works with the Country Club, vice versa. It's a really great symbiotic relationship. So I totally recommend getting yourself a membership, going to your local regional events and the national events that they have as well. So this is going to be your BASF paint colors. So for this particular coach. And I'll show you, we've got those 4 colors, some samples there that were mixed at the same day that this was done by industrial engineers. And then all your information for your GVWR, 44,200 pounds. I open this right here. So here, this will be locked when you're driving. You want to have that locked. Obviously, you don't want this swinging open. So this is a Fisher Paykel dishwasher drawer. Very, very water efficient. Probably more water efficient than you doing it in the sink right there. You just want to do a quick rinse out any extra food, stick it in there, and then it's going to not only give you a good wash, but you can also have it set to sanitize as well. Being a former cook in the Navy, having sanitizing my cookware, very important for me. Less on the cookware, more on the eating ware, because I'm going to get that cookware hot anyway, so I don't wash that. So we talked about those samples, paint samples, they're right there. And then lots of menus, but for the most part, you're going to use this for your silverware. This is pretty neat. So this is a nice heavy piece. It's cut, fits perfectly in there. And then I have that nice backsplash that we talked about earlier, but this right here will fold back just like this. So with this right here, why did we opt for this? Because this is the perfect coach for going out to your family and boondocking, dry camping. Not to say that you can't just hook up to your campsite, but this is the perfect coach for that. And there's a few reasons for that. That huge, was it 132-pound propane tank. The right behind us, we're going to get to that in a minute. The refrigerator, so we can operate all this stuff off of that propane. So coming over here, and then let me just show you this real quick. So we got 2 of these drawers right here. So lots of storage space, and then when we're done with that, I just kind of like bump that with my hip and we're in there. So look at this. we're talking about bringing what you need with you, because you're not going to be able to go down to the local Walmart or wherever you're going to pick up your groceries and get it. So I can bring it here. So then I've got this 8 cubic foot gas absorption refrigerator. This will run off of that propane, so you don't need to worry about draining your batteries. It'll also, once if I have my generator on right now, it'll run off that electrical. It's always going to be more efficient to run it off of the propane than running off electric if your generator's running. So with this, I can use this for a lot of types of storage. I can store like small appliances in there if I wanted a little toaster oven or something. Forgot to mention, we've got a convection microwave oven behind us, but you can store a rice cooker, air fryer. You can store extra food in there. You want to store your kids' clothes because they're coming with you. They can do that too. This is a really great setup right here because these are all locked in. I push that, this comes out, and I can get to anything in the front or back. This is wide, so I can store wide things. And I've also got a lot of space here, so I can put some pretty big items there, like nice flour set. I'll probably keep my flour or rice down there. Actually, who's bringing flour? I'm not bringing flour. I will bring rice. But if you're bringing something big, cereal boxes or whatnot, you can do that. If you don't need to, these are all adjustable, so you could tack that up a little bit. But a lot of storage right there. And again, these are all just those nice cabinets by Newmar. This was glazed by hand. And then little spot right here. I call this a paper plate drawer. I mean, you might, there's a lot of different things you could put in there, but nice little drawer, soft close drawer. So do you want to swing and just get a look at this so I don't overlook some of the extra storage area? And then this is that nice residential microwave. Has a convection bake, convection roast, air fry. Man, I'm having some friends over this week and we're going to air fry some wings. Grill, steam simmer, steam clean. So really nice, large residential size. More storage right here. Sorry to skip around. I got a little excited with that refrigerator, and now we're going to just set this right here. And for travel, that just sets right down in there. And then you got these nice little lights. You can leave this on or off, and then that's how you light it. All right, so moving to this side right here, I've got a little bit of storage here, 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 and here. Now we talked about this having a satellite on it, so I can put my Wally or my DirecTV dish or right in here, hook it into this, and it's all going to be set up and ready to go. You will still have to call your satellite provider, or you can have us do it for you. If you get the dishes through us, we'll help set that up for you. But once that links, and then just set up your plan that you want with whatever you want. So you see that I got a little bit of space missing here, and you probably saw it over there a little bit too. What is that? Well, Newmar is using a structural piece of steel in there to make that slide not dip in the middle like some other brands have happened to. And what that does is gives you that kind of that guarantee or that they're building this in the hopes that this is going to be a 20+ year coach for you. So you don't have to worry about slides sagging because they cheaped out and didn't put what needed to be done. Newmar's tagline is when you know the difference. And when you know the difference, you know you got to do it right. So this is a Dream dinette. And right in front of that Dream dinette is this 4K television, Samsung television. So everything's going to be Samsung, everything from the TVs inside and out to your Samsung wine and beer fridge. And then right under that's going to be our Dream dinette. So under that king air mattress was a piece that looked like this that would just sit right on that. These fold up, that goes all the way down, and then you can have one or two of your kids sleep there depending on how tall they are or how young they are, how much they want to get along that night. And then here I have an absolutely massive sofa, and this has a sofa sleeper built into it. So you can have 2 full-size adults sleeping on this right here, or if you have the smaller kid and then a couple other kids, they can all kind of share in this camping experience together. The Corian countertops are throughout this. More storage on both sides of this. you could easily have 4 adults sitting in this section right here. I could have 4 adults sitting here. And I'm talking about adults more my size. And again, if you have kids, that could even be more. Another beautiful thing is that both of these nice seats will turn around and become part of the living room experience as well. So wrapping this up, I've got electrical outlets on both sides with not just 110, but I also have 2 USB-A ports on each side. So I could theoretically have 2 laptops, 2 phones, tablets, all that hooked up over here, and then I have the same capability on the forward side of that dinette. So looking at this, can you believe how much space we got? That's going back that far. So nice felt carpeting in there, so it's going to minimize movement, minimize vibration. It's going to make your quality and the quietness of your drive, it's going to really stand out. And you notice again that nice drawer. This is all made in the factory. If you feel your hands around here, you're not going to feel any vinyl wrap because it's not there. This is all real wood right here, European style hinges, and they will hold your stuff in all but the most aggravated of circumstances. So just going to shut these up as I'm going through. One more thing I'd like to point out here. So I've got the day shade, I've got the night shade, and then here I've got these nice jalousie style windows. So we're dry camping. I can actually have these open while I'm gone. Again, I don't need to bring my keys with me. I can just bring go out there biking, fishing, whatever I'm doing, hiking, and then I can get into that door easily because it's keyed that way. Just pop in your code. I've got those windows open. I've got the fans, and it's pulling in that air, sucking out the hot air. Now, if I've got pets in here, I can set that auto gen start to come on there, leave that running, so that way my pets are going to be cool enough if they can't come with me. And then last but not least, I think we've covered all of this. We're going to come in here. I'm going to talk a little bit about this Freightliner Cummins engine. So we've got the OptiView system right here. Look at that, nice and sharp. So what's nice about this is you probably saw I can push this down, telescoping, and set it up. When I'm going to get out of it, I'm definitely going to just get that up and out of my way. I also have a nice little pedal section. So I can take these pedals and they will go in and out. So if you're a little bit shorter, you can bring those pedals out to you. And if you've got nice long feet, long legs, a little longer than what I can handle, that's good for you there. With this, these are really easy to drive because I've got that ultra steer with a V-ride. But look at this. So on my gauges, let me get down here. Steering effort. This is your comfort drive. Newmar is famous for comfort drive. Came out in 2007 in the King Air and has subsequently come down to all the other coaches out there. So this really helps your driving experience. It can make where most people only want to do a 4-hour drive, you can probably do a 6-hour drive, and you're going to have the same amount of shoulder stress that you would in a 4-hour drive. If I'm steering like this into the crown, once it realizes I'm doing that for 15 to 25 seconds, it will just true it up for me, and it's just doing that for me. It definitely helps with the winds. If you're getting 40, 50 mile an hour side winds, it's going to help alleviate that to some degree. And I've experienced that. About a little bit more than that is pretty much where I pull over, just because that is at the tip of where I feel safe driving, but each person has their own capacity for that. With this, let's get back out here. I also have the Mobileye right here. So what the Mobileye does is I can actually set my distance to near, medium, or far. So in a snowy or bad conditions, I'm going to set that to far, to near, reverse that to far, and then if I'm in high traffic conditions, I'm going to set that to near. Some people get annoyed with it, so just keep it in far and you'll be good with that. And then I can go back out here, get back to my home screen. And so what that's going to give me the capability of doing is, I have intelligent high beams, and so when it sees someone coming over, it'll automatically lower those down, and then once they're gone, it brings them back up. That's going to help mitigate hitting wildlife, and also upsetting the drivers that are coming towards you if you forget to turn them off. So it's a big difference when you have that when you can see the wildlife, because that gives you that extra capacity to see that. And then, sorry, I went off the screen here. Lane departure warning, so you can turn that on or off, and the speed limit indicator and alert. So you can set that for, hey, I'm okay with going 5 miles an hour over, but no more. It'll tell you, but it also will show you what the speed limit is on your dash. So that's really helpful in case you're forget what's the speed limit here. You can just look at your dash, it'll show you. So the other things that this gives you, which is really great, and then I'm probably gonna just end it with this, because you probably know a lot of this stuff. Well, we do have leveling. So got leveling here, I've got the, all your controls up here, inverter, charger. But I don't want this to go too far, and I think I've covered a lot of this. So with the way that this is built, it's going to give you the capability of getting out to the mountains, getting out to the deserts, wherever you want to take your family. Get out there with a full tank of fuel, full water capacity of 105 gallons. You'll be able to stay out there as long as you maintain your water usage, probably a good week. With that propane, you're going to have fun. You're going to get your family out there, and getting it. Your coach as a Newmar, been around for over 50 years, since 1968, from a dealership like Transwest, which is, like, in my opinion, the best dealership in the United States of America, with the best coach that you can buy in North America. We have the top tier service department. We've got great sales guys and gals here. We're going to take care of you. So if you're interested in this, again, this is the 2023 Newmar Ventana 4068. Stock number 5N230129, and this is on the Colfax Graphics, Colfax Decor, Glacier. My name's Chris Capper. You can reach me at area code 813-333-2988, or just email me at chris.capper@transwest.com. I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me, and get out there and happy camping.